Most retirement guides about Naples are going to tell you about the sunsets, the golf, the beach access, and how many days of sunshine you get. And all of that is true, but not one of those guides will sit down with you and go through the actual numbers, what it costs to retire here, what the financial advantages are, and what the line items are that will blindside you if you're not prepared. I've been a real estate agent for over 17 years. The people who land here smoothly are the ones who did the financial math before they fell in love with a floor plan and or just the home and the location. Today, that's what we're doing. I'm Kris Asquith, your local Southwest Florida real estate agent. Let's talk about what retiring in Naples actually costs and what it gives back. Before we get into it, I have a free Southwest Florida living and relocation guide in the description below that covers a lot of ground in one place. It lists some of the great restaurants, the shopping malls, the beaches, statistics, and more. Download it now. It'll save you hours. Now, let's get into the numbers. The first thing is the tax picture. Why is Florida one of the most retirement-friendly states in the country? Well, that's because the Florida tax advantages include the following. Number one, there's no state income tax. Number two, there's no tax on Social Security, pensions, or retirement accounts. The single biggest reason that people retire to Florida, and in Naples specifically, is the tax structure and the beauty of the area. Florida has no state income tax, zero. That means your Social Security benefits, your pension, your IRA withdrawals, your 401k distributions, none of that is taxed at a state level. If you're moving from a state like New York, Massachusetts, or Illinois, that difference alone can translate into thousands of dollars a year staying in your pocket instead of going to your state government. Florida also has no state inheritance tax. For retirees thinking about wealth transfer, what happens to your assets when you pass them on, that matters enormously. States like New York, Massachusetts have a state tax that can claim a significant portion of larger estates, and Florida takes nothing. On the property tax side, Florida's homestead exemption for primary residences reduces your home's taxable assessed value by up to $50,000. And currently, Ron DeSantis is working on that being up to even $500,000 here in the near future. We'll see what happens with that. More importantly, once that exemption is in place, the Save Our Homes provision caps how much your assessed value can increase each year. The limit is 3% or the change in the consumer price index, whichever is lower. In 2025, the cap was 2.9%. Even if the Naples market runs hot and your home's market value jumps, your tax bill doesn't follow it upward at the same rate. That protection compounds the longer you stay. The honest qualifier, federal taxes still apply to all of your retirement income. Florida can't touch it, but the IRS still can. And depending on your total income, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits may still be subject to federal income tax. The state picture is genuinely excellent. The federal picture still requires planning, and a good financial advisor is worth the conversation before you make this move, as rules and laws are always changing. So please, make sure you talk to your financial advisor and your CPA so that you know you are making the right decisions. The other thing that we need to consider is housing costs, what the market looks like, and where the real range is. Naples has a reputation as an expensive market, and that reputation is accurate, but incomplete. The median home price in Naples area runs roughly $600,000 to $700,000 as of 2025. That is higher than most of the country, but what that number obscures is the genuine range that exists here. On the lower end, you have condos and villas in communities like Naples Park, Lely Resort, and parts of East Naples that can be found under $400,000, sometimes meaningfully under. So depending on the timing and condition, you can still afford Naples in the right areas. On the upper end, waterfront estates in Port Royal or Park Shore stretch into the multi-millions. This is not one price market, it's a spectrum. And where you land depends entirely on what you actually need. Define your non-negotiables first. Is it a golf community? A boating community? Do you want walking distance to the beach? Guest space for family? Once we know that and what you truly need versus what would be nice to have, we can find the right place at the right price point. I have worked with buyers who have found excellent retirement homes, well under $500,000, and buyers whose right home was 10 times that. Both groups are here and both are really happy. One thing to build into your housing math that buyers often miss are HOA fees. Many of the most desirable retirement communities in Naples carry fees ranging from a few $100s a month into the thousands, depending on the amenities. Maybe there's golf memberships, clubhouses, pool, lawn, maintenance, security. So when you're comparing properties, compare the all-in monthly number, not just your mortgage and the property taxes. The next thing we want to talk about is insurance. And that number really surprises people. It's a line item that nobody budgets for correctly. Home insurance in Naples averages $3,000 to $7,000 a year. Plus, you have flood insurance, and that's an additional cost. So, if there's one financial reality about retiring in Naples that catches people off guard more than any other, it's homeowners insurance. Florida's market is among the most expensive in the country, and coastal Southwest Florida sits at the expensive end of that. Depending on your home's value, age, construction type, roof age, and flood zone location, budget somewhere between $3,000 and $7,000 a year or more for homeowners coverage alone. The good news is newer construction built to current Florida building code standards almost always carries lower premiums than older priced homes. Impact rated windows, reinforced roofs, and hurricane-resistant construction earn real discounts. When I'm helping a buyer evaluate a property here, insurance costs is part of that analysis because a home that looks competitively priced at purchase price can be significantly more expensive to own if it was built in 1985 or 1969 and hasn't been updated. Construction year matters in this market. Florida insurance is a separate policy and a separate cost. Whether your lender requires it depends on your flood zone designation, but have that conversation with an insurance agent regardless of what a lender says. Flood maps get updated, zones change, and the financial exposure from an uninsured flood event is not a risk worth taking. Average flood premiums in Naples run roughly $600 to $2,500 annually, and many can be a lot more than that depending on your specific risk zone and your elevation. Building insurance, all of it, put it all into your monthly number before you can make an offer on anything. I have seen retirement plans stretched by insurance costs that weren't factored in at purchase. It is not a detail, it is a budget line. The next item we want to talk about is healthcare, the part of Naples' retirement story that doesn't get told enough. However, the NCH hospital system in Naples was named one of America's 50 best hospitals for 2025 and the top 1% nationwide. For retirees, healthcare access isn't a nice to have, it's foundational. And this is where Naples genuinely surprises people. The Naples Comprehensive Health System, NCH, was named one of America's 50 best hospitals for 2025 by Health Grades, placing it in the top 1% of all U.S. hospitals for overall care and excellence. It is currently the only hospital in the country holding Health Grades' highest recognition simultaneously in cardiac care, orthopedic surgery, and overall clinical experience. For a community of Naples' size, that is remarkable. Beyond NCH, Physicians Regional Healthcare System operates multiple facilities in the area covering cardiology, neurovascular care, stroke treatment, and orthopedics. The density of specialized care available here is much higher than you'd expect from a Gulf Coast community of this scale. People just don't retire to Naples for the weather, they stay because of the infrastructure, including the healthcare infrastructure, and that actually supports a long, healthy life here. Florida is also a Medicare-friendly state with a broad provider network. The concentration of retirees in the Naples area means physicians and specialists are experienced with Medicare patients and billing, and that is not true everywhere. It matters more than people realize when they're actually using the system. One practical note for anyone planning the retirement timeline: Naples has a well-developed network of Medicare Advantage plans and supplement carriers. Having options when you're selecting coverage is a real advantage, and it's worth building that research into your pre-move checklist. Here is what I tell people who are trying to decide whether the numbers work for Naples. The tax advantages are real and substantial. The healthcare quality is genuinely excellent. The lifestyle is as good as advertised for the dry season and manageable for summer if you come in with realistic expectations. The full picture, taxes, insurance, HOA, healthcare, day-to-day living, works for a lot of retirees and works very well. What Naples is not is a budget retirement destination. If your plan requires a sub $200,000 home and the lowest possible cost of living, there are other places in Southwest Florida that offer lower entry points while still giving you the access to the region's weather and lifestyle. If this gave you a clearer picture of retiring in Naples, my free Southwest Florida Living and Relocation Guide goes even deeper. It covers homestead exemptions, flood zones, hurricane preparedness, portability, and the Save Our Homes explanation. The link is in the description, so please go there and click on it and request a copy of that. And for current MLS listings across all price points, head to my website. I keep it updated so you can see what's actually available right now. Drop your biggest retirement question in the comments below, whether it's about a specific neighborhood, insurance timing, or what to look for in a community. I read everything and I'll answer. Subscribe and ring the bell. New videos are out every week, and if you're thinking about making a move to Southwest Florida, you're exactly in the right place. I'm Kris Asquith with the Diamond Coastal Group. Make it a great home buying and selling day, and I'll see you in the next one.